It's indeed a privilege for me to be present amidst you on this happy occasion of 45th Convocation of this prestigious institute. I congratulate the young boys and girls who are receiving their degrees and medals today. You are the worthy product of a great institution which originated in the friendship, rapport and mutual respect of two great statesmen of contemporary period and of two great democracies, our first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and 35th President of the United States of America, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. In Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's vision, institutions of higher learning must combine humanism and science, and I am very happy to see that IIT Kanpur has lived up to Panditji's expectation and vision in several ways. IIT Kanpur revolutionized engineering education in India by ushering in science-based engineering. At the same time, it has placed great emphasis on humanities and social sciences by making them an important part of its undergraduate curricula. 50 years is but a short time for an institution of higher learning. Yet, in a little over 50 years, IIT Kanpur has been able to make itself recognize the world over for its academic excellence. The alumni of IIT Kanpur have done their alma mater and indeed our country proud whichever profession they choose to pursue, be it science or engineering, teaching or research, entrepreneurship, innovators or corporate world or public services. We are glad to honor two of the very distinguished alumni of this great institute today. I join extending my congratulations to Dr. Narayan Murthy and Dr. Ashok Sen for their wonderful contribution to the onward march of our society. Thank you. It's gratifying to see that in today's convocation, as I mentioned, IIT Kanpur has honored and offered honoris causa Doctor of Science to two of its true alumni and ex-students, Dr. Swaminathan and Dr. Ashok Sen. My young friends, for a number of years now, you have intensely completed among yourselves, worked very hard individually, and again as individuals, you have faced successfully in the onerous academic challenges that your worthy professors had posed for you. Each one of you considered the other as your competitor. And that's the spirit which has helped you to achieve the excellence which you have. But as you make the transition from being a student to a working professional, you need to learn that in life, cooperation plays an equal and perhaps bigger role than competitiveness. You need to learn to be a team player. Real life problems do not come parceled into neat examinations like questions. Their solution requires many minds with various talents of various degrees to come together to play your role effectively. In such a team, you need to have sympathy for viewpoints different from yours, respect, understanding, and even tolerance for your colleagues, and a certain sense of humility, so that you are able to see problems as they are, rather than as the problems should be as per your desire. I have no doubt that each one of you will excel in whichever career you choose to pursue, and each one of you will lead a life of relative affluence. I sincerely hope that you will never give in ostentation and will retain a sense of empathy for those countrymen of yours who are still burdened with hunger, poverty, disease, and depressed living conditions. They too are proud of your achievements. They too have contributed in their own way in making this great institution whose proud alumni you have become from today. I do hope that you will seize every opportunity in your professional life to help solve problems of hunger, malnutrition, disease. In this aspect, too, you can learn from your alma mater. I am very happy to see that in recent years, IIT Kanpur has associated itself with a number of projects which are potentially of great benefit to the citizens of our country. Management plan of National Ganga River Basin, solar energy initiatives, systems for train tracking and safety for the Indian Railways, and zero discharge toilet technology, which I am told was a great success in the recently conducted Mahakumbh Mela in Allahabad. I draw your attention to the advice which has descended from our father of nations, Mahatma Gandhi, who said once, and I quote, "Literary education is of no value if it is not able to build up a sound character," unquote. In the national context of today, particularly rising incidents of violence against women and children not only calls for effective steps for their safety, but also introspection at the loss of values. As a nation, we shall have to own this introspection. We must resurrect and practice in our daily life the 9 essential civilizational values which have been spoken by our great teachers from the ancient time till today. Love for motherland, compassion for all, performance of duty, tolerance for pluralism, respect for women, honesty in life, self-restraint in conduct, responsibility in action, and finally, discipline. My young friends, our developmental model envisages higher sustainability and inclusive growth. To meet these goals, we have to enable science, research and innovation to play a leading role. Today, innovation is not merely an extension of science and technology, but an important factor for development. For India, it became a knowledge powerhouse. Promotion of basic research and innovation and development of cutting-edge technologies are essential if we want to occupy our rightful place in the high table of international order. There is need to speed up the process of discovery, diffusion and delivery of technological solutions. I am happy that IIT Kanpur is in the forefront of research in many fields like nanotechnology, telecommunications, space, laser, material science, archaeology, and cultural resource management. Its focus on undergraduate research is a novel initiative that would help develop a culture of research, which we need badly. It is noteworthy that 10% of its students obtain a doctoral degree. The decade of 2010-20 has been declared the decade of innovation in our country. We have formulated the Science, Technology and Innovation Policy this year for an innovation-led development. This policy emphasizes the need to right-size our expenditure on research and development by encouraging greater private sector participation. It calls for an ecosystem where innovation actively thrives, knowledge partnerships forged and resources leveraged for greater investment in innovation. The policy underlines the need to adopt a people-centric approach to make innovations relevant to the common citizens. Grassroots innovations with a little monitoring can be developed into useful, viable products which can be marketable. Our temples of higher learning must take the lead in driving such innovations. The innovation and incubation centers of IIT Kanpur is a good initiative in the right direction. Over the last decade, the government has taken several initiatives to improve the quality of higher education in general and technical education in particular. Right now, when I am speaking before you, we have 669 degree-giving institutions, more than 3,000 colleges. At the end of the 11th plan, 2 crore 60 lakhs were enrolled in the higher education, which we expect to reach 3 crore 60 lakhs at the end of next 5 years. But still, we are far behind. In Germany, it is 21 per thousand in the age group of 18 to 24 who enroll themselves in the higher education. In USA, it is 34 per thousand. In India, it is just 7 per thousand. And in this connection, I would also like to draw your attention to the attention of the distinguished academics present here today. Sometimes back, when a survey was made by a rating agency of international repute, out of 200 top-class institutions in the world, not a single Indian institution found its place. That was not the situation. There was a time, and it was for a pretty long period of time, from 3rd century BC to 12th century AD, almost 15 years from the days of Taxila University, Takshashila, where 4 civilizations confluenced in the 3rd century BC, to the downfall of Nalanda, rather destructions at the 12th century AD, India was pioneer in the field of higher education. Why can't we get back our positions? It's not that there is lack of talent in our students. Why we had to wait? Still we are waiting for more than 33 years that an Indian scientist working research in an Indian university will obtain a Nobel Prize like C.V. Raman in the early 30s of the last century. As I mentioned, there is no dearth of talent in our students. In the contemporary period, 4 Indians who obtained Nobel Prize, all of them are graduates from Indian universities. Some from Madras, some from Calcutta. Therefore, the short point which I am trying to drive at, it is possible for all of us collectively to aspire not only physical expansions, expansion of the physical infrastructure, there is a need of it. Still in the remote rural areas, access to the higher education is difficult. Why can't we find the technological solution? Lack of faculty is one of the most difficult problems. Quality teachers are simply not available. But can't we substitute it by technological solution, extending the teaching and lecture of the excellent professors from one corner of the university to the other corner by taking the technological solution which is available today. We shall have to think out of box. My young friends, remember that the nation has invested in you. The education you received here has nurtured you into bright, capable minds. You are urged to undergo higher studies in premier institutions abroad to acquire greater expertise, widen your horizon is understandable and appreciable. But you should also retain the sacred link with your motherland. You have a responsibility to this nation and its citizens. Remain engaged with the problems of the country, with our beautiful, complex, complicated, and sometimes noisy democracy. Don't discard it. Engage yourselves. Try to find out the solutions. Correct the wrongs. We will do great service to this country. I would like to suggest you that take the lead in fighting against all sorts of wrongdoings. Again, here I would like to advise you to remember the words of Mahatma Gandhi when he addressed the students and while making his observation say, be the change yourselves that you want the world to see. Do not expect that others will make the change for you. You be the catalytic agent of bringing the change because you are equipped. A brighter India is possible with your courage and conviction. Overcome challenges in life by depth of knowledge and strength of character. Make truth, knowledge and hard work, your partners in life. Knowledge is infinite. Keep the doors of your mind always open to receive new ideas, new knowledge. I would like to conclude by repeating what your director told you as the parting advice. Thou shalt perform deeds that are commendable and no others. Perhaps that is the most important advice one can give and one can follow. I wish you all success in your life. I congratulate the members of faculty and all concerned of this great institute for their wonderful performance over the last 5 decades. But I will wish that you must reach higher skill. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Jai Hind.